Dark versus light energy. This is not something that a lot of people fully understand, and so they might think they do, but this is something that a lot of people actually have a gigantic misconception about exactly what it is. And so I'm going to go into this in extreme depth to explain to you what dark energy and light energy is. And basically, it's um, it's that narrow field of vision where you only see one piece of the puzzle versus seeing a whole picture. Um, Nowadays, a lot of the modernized paganism beliefs and things will just only see a little tiny piece of the picture, and the kind of paganism that I teach is the ancient ancestral paganism, which basically brings the knowledge and the wisdom of the ancestors that have been forgotten and lost over time. It brings that back, and so obviously it's not completely forgotten, or I wouldn't be able to tell you this, but it's widely forgotten, and it brings that knowledge and wisdom back so that you can look at it as a whole and see exactly the truth of something, instead of seeing this something that's been turned on its head in some cases, and other times just having just these big gaps, like missing pieces of the puzzle. So I'm going to start out just by explaining what it is, and then I'll further get into kind of more detail about other stuff. But first you need to know what it is. So what is dark energy, what is light energy, where does it come from? It really angers me when people try to say it's good versus evil, because it could be nothing further from the truth. Both of these energies, they're just neutral. They're two totally different energies, and they are very opposite from one another. But darkness basically is associated with the night and the moon energy, with winter, with fall, with cold, ice energy, storm, energy. And then the light is more sun, day, summer, spring, warmth energy. So the south instead of the north. So we've got, a lot of polar opposites, and they do butt heads a lot, especially when it's just dark energy by itself and light energy by itself, and it's not a soul that has both harmonizing. It's interesting when you've got a soul that's got both in them. It's this unique harmonizing thing that happens. It's almost like a yin yang scenario where they harmonize and they work together. But otherwise, when you've got just pure dark and pure light, they're going to butt heads, because basically they're polar opposites of one another. So let me give you an example. Well, let's hold on a second before I get to that. I want to kind of explain where these energies come. So basically all souls are either made up of dark, light, or a bit of both, right? So if you're made up of light energy, that comes from the center of the universe. There's a light at the center of the universe, a really massive big light. Basically it's kind of like the Big Bang Theory. Okay, so it's like this big massive ball of light in the center, that all of the different universes and all the different galaxies and things are spiraling around this big gigantic ball of light. So if you're of light energy, you come from that. If you're of dark energy, you come from the darkness that surrounds it, and that is where your soul was created from. If you're from a bit of both, then you'll have a bit of both in you. Doesn't necessarily mean that you're 50-50. It can be, but if you've got both, a lot of times you're either mostly dark, a little bit of light, or mostly light, a little bit of dark. It really depends. Creatures of the day, which means like any totem that travels during the day, any daytime totem. typically is going to be either light energy or a mixture of light and dark, typically. And there are some interesting exceptions, which I'll get into in a minute. Totems that travel at night, that are creatures of the night, are typically going to be dark energy. Night and day is very closely related to light and dark, because you can't have night without the dark energy, you can't have day without the light energy, and so they're very, very intertwined and interconnected. The one, or I'll say the two, that I can think of right off the bat that kind of are unique. The raven totem. The raven will, and unfortunately people get this backwards a lot too, but just let me finish, because the crow is basically its twin, or its brother or sister. So when I get to that, you'll understand. So the raven is dark energy, but it actually does travel a lot during the day, not just at night, during the day. And the raven has the ability, a unique ability, to bring the night with him as he travels. The crow actually is the exact opposite of that. The crow has day energy, but you'll hear crows a lot at night. They also a lot of times are awake at night, and they travel at night as well as the day. So they bring the day into the night. So you've got this dark energy that has the unique ability to bring that energy with him into the light. And you've got this light energy that has that unique ability to bring that in with him wherever he travels into the night. So you've got, did I mix those up? So I might say the wrong word there. Dark energy into day, day energy into night. I hope I said that right the first time, but sometimes I mix words up. So anyway, basically, you know, it's these two energies by themselves. Typically, you know, day doesn't want to have anything to do with night. Night doesn't want anything to do with day. Typically, because they offend each other, even if they don't mean to. They're always kind of, you know, it's dark usually offends light, light offends dark. It's just like it doesn't feel at home there, and it feels uncomfortable. Let me give you an example. So if you're of light energy, the night, the cold, anytime it rains or storms, you don't like that energy. You don't like it. It depresses you, or it, you know, you don't enjoy it. And anytime there is another being that is next to you or close to you that is dark energy, you'll just naturally feel, if you're completely of light energy, you'll just naturally feel uncomfortable. Dark energy is the opposite. The sun bothers you, the day bothers you, heat bothers you instead of the cold. You hate summer, you hate spring, you love winter, you love fall, you love storms. To you, a stormy day is a beautiful day, and a sunny day is a horrid day. So most people obviously are of light energy, or light with a hair of dark energy. But I am just 100% dark energy. So I guess that's why it angers me so much that people want to just label this dark. Most people are light energy. So if these two energies offend each other, just naturally, it makes sense that they're going to see dark energy as something bad, because they don't like the way it feels. Well, guess what? We don't like the way you feel. So, hate to say it that way, but you know, it's just because you don't like the way something feels doesn't mean it's evil. And again, when it's within the same soul, something happens where they harmonize. They harmonize, and they don't seem to have any kind of ill effects, they seem to be able to withstand one another and have like an immunity to one another. So it's very interesting. Let me give an actual scenario, because it doesn't just go a day versus night and summer versus winter. It doesn't just north versus south. It's more than that. It's even more than that. It's what our purpose is. It's what our purpose in life is. Dark energy is going to be, a different purpose than light energy. Light energy usually is all about healing. They're very passive in terms of they do not like conflict. They tend to think, positively. They give people the benefit of the doubt usually more often than not. Dark energy is quite the opposite. They are all about protection. They're warriors. They live to fight against, whatever the threat is, whatever kind of evil or whatever's out there. Their job is to go and fight against it. So they don't heal. What they do is they go after the evil, and the light energy basically heals against evil, heals the wounds that evil causes. Dark energy is actually going after the evil and attacking it. So basically, this is the scenario I want to give you. And it's never going to happen in real life, we hope. So it's hypothetical, but this is going to bring out your gut instinct. You tell me what is your instinct. So if you see someone get stabbed and you know them to be innocent, you know them not to have done anything wrong, are you going to go after and look after that person and make sure they're okay? It's a pretty bad wound. They need help. They need obvious help quickly. Are you going to go after them first? Or are you going to go after the person who stabbed them because you don't want this to happen again? Because you understand that they need help, serious help. But it is what it is. It already happened. And the most important thing to you is that this doesn't happen to someone else again. So you're going to go out there, you're going to chase that person down before they get away and slip away and you can't find them anymore. So you're going to go after them. You're going to get angry and go after them. Or are you just going to, get sad and try and help the person who sadly got stabbed and didn't deserve it? Or are you going to be too scared to do anything? Or are you just not going to do anything at all because you don't care because you're heartless? So the last two usually means that you've got some kind of chakra imbalance. If it's just fear, usually dark energy isn't going to be afraid of a battle. They love battles. That's what they live for. So it's still going to be light energy. Going to help the person on the ground is light energy. Going after prioritizing the attacker is the dark energy. And there are times when either of these energies can go evil themselves. Because we are all of us are made up of either light or dark or a mixture of both. So, but the way that they turn evil is different. Believe me, I've seen a lot of pure evil, light energy. So, light energy usually turns evil through selfishness, through heartlessness, greed. Dark energy, sometimes arrogance. Dark energy usually only will turn evil through rage and blindness. That they get to the point where they're so rageful it makes them blind. They don't know right from wrong anymore. And but light energy, doesn't really usually turn that way through rage. They turn that way through selfishness. Dark energy has a much less tendency to even be selfish in the beginning. And light energy has a much less tendency to be furious and rageful. From all of what I said, if you're still sitting here thinking, I don't know what I am, because I identify with both of these, then you probably are a mixture of both.